We've talked a lot in the past, being thoughtfully fit, about the importance of not judging others, about really stretching to accept others just as they are, and flexibility, and being able to put your energy into things that you can control. But what happens when others are judging you? And when they're not accepting your choices? What do? How do you behave in a thoughtfully fit way? Well, last week when I shared my story for the first time about my husband being arrested for sexual assault of a minor he had met online, outpouring of love and support came my way. But also, within the first 30 minutes, I got a personal message on Facebook from somebody saying, I can't believe your story. And first of all, I've got a bit of how did she say it? Compassion. But almost immediately what comes up is anger and I can't remember the word she used, but that how could you forgive somebody who did what they did, who raped a child, who brought children to your room, and the vitriol and the anger and that message took my breath away. I mean, literally, I felt like I got a punch to the gut. And my immediate reaction was to pound out a response. And my response was admittedly quite defensive and explaining why and how and I'll tell you what, 3 years ago, I would have hit send. But I have been working so hard to be thoughtfully fit. And in that moment, last week in our Thoughtfully Fit Thursday, we talked about building your core, to pause, think, and act. I paused to think, what is the outcome of this email going to be if I hit reply? And I realized it's not going to get me what I want. It's not going to change her mind. It's not going to open up a dialogue. She's blaming and criticizing and judging, and I'm being defensive. And so I paused in that moment to think, what do I need to do? I had to slow things down. And what I did is I copied and pasted it and sent it to my team. I said, hey, I need some perspective here. I'm feeling triggered. I'm feeling attacked. I'm feeling vulnerable. I'm feeling exposed. What do I do? Have you had that happen? Where you feel triggered, you feel judged, you feel shamed, you feel attacked, personally or professionally? Yeah, most of us have. And there's a way that you can choose to show up. And this is strength. And Thoughtfully Fit, the model, it's about having the mental strength to choose how you want to show up in every situation. Even when you feel blindsided, even when you feel triggered. Now, I didn't do it in the moment. I went straight to being defensive and to drafting and pounding out this response. Luckily, though, because I've been working this for so long, I had the mindset to pause and think at the moment, is this the best thing to hit send? And I slowed it down. And my team bank came back and actually said, ignore it. Don't reply. It's just going to further fuel the flames and fester, and it's going to go back and forth. And I sat on that and stepped into some stillness and reflected. And I thought, no, I need to reply. I need to honor this person's views, because she was as shocked probably as anybody else, as I certainly was, about this. And probably shocked that I could find mercy and forgiveness. That's understandable. Of course she was shocked. Many of you may have read the story sitting there thinking, how could Darcy be in this place? And let me tell you, it's been 3 years. This place did not come in 3 minutes, 3 days, 3 months. And so I always talk about Thoughtfully Fit as a journey. It's a practice. It's a commitment. Just like being physically fit, you don't go run 5 miles one day and say, woo, I'm fit. You have to consistently practice day in and day out, and you'll see results. And so it's about having the strength. And it's so interesting because if I couldn't find compassion for her in lashing out at me, well, then I'm kind of have a double standard. But I'm human. It didn't come immediately. And it was hard. So I challenge you for your weekly workout to identify the places where you want to have strength, where you want to consciously choose how you show up, especially when it's hard, especially when you feel triggered. And allow yourself to fail. Because you will. I did. I have. I do all the time. And then to pause and think, what could I have done differently next time? And then act with that new awareness. I thank you for joining me on this journey. Let's keep going. Let's keep figuring this out together. Shoot me an email. Let me know. Post a comment. What do you struggle with? How do you find inner strength to show up thoughtfully in every situation? Thanks for joining me. See you next week. Just realized, wanted to share one more thing. If you are watching these and you want some more depth about how I dealt with this situation, I created a three video series. And I'll put the link below if you'd like to. You sign up for that, you'll get 3 videos, each day, about how I use the Thoughtfully Fit model and 3 specific practices to help me deal with this tragedy. And then you'll be signed up for my newsletter. And every Wednesday, you'll get a short article about how to be thoughtfully fit in your life. You can unsubscribe at any time, but I hope that you find it valuable. Thanks, everybody. Take care.